Hello and welcome back to the Dash 2 podcast. I am your host, Logan. Today we got Mike. He's back on the pod. And then we got a new guest, Tuck, for the first podcast appearance. We got Stanley Cup picks, an interview with Logan Frank, up-and-coming rapper who is known for the song Connor Bedard. And lastly, we got an all-star draft. Pretty fun episode, pretty quick. The interview is about 30 minutes. The actual content of the pod's around 40. So I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you after the break. So we're going to start off with our Stanley Cup picks. Actually, first, Tuck, you should probably introduce yourself. Probably a good idea.
Yeah, how's it going? I'm friends with Mike and Logan here. Our name's Jared. Go by Tuck. That's why my screen name is Tuck. And happy to hop on the pod for the first time.
Let's go.
Another New Hampshire Division I legend. Captain of the LHS squad.
Yeah. I was actually looking at pictures today because I thought I had to send you one for the thumbnail. I was going to send a nasty picture. So I was pretty upset when you said you were just photoshopping heads.
I really wanted to use that picture of you at the casino.
That would have been unreal.
I looked way too... Dude, there was no way that was going on fucking social media.
That picture can't be social media.
You're also a noted degenerate gambler. It's your favorite thing to do.
Very excited. I'm going to be a recurring guest just to give out my gambling picks. I want to get a little tracker going, see if I can go on a heater for the second half of the season here.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's exactly what happened last year, so hope I can do it again.
Yeah, you were winning every single bet that you were giving
after
out.
The All-Star game last year, it was insane. So I hope I can do that again.
So, like Tuck said, it is the All-Star break. So we're a little bit halfway past the season. So I think it's time to start looking at Stanley Cup picks and going through who we think is going to win the cup. We'll go over the odds for each team real quick. The favorites, in a shocking manner, the Edmonton Oilers plus 700 odds to win the Stanley Cup, which, obviously they had a terrible start, so that's very wild. Plus 750, the Colorado Avalanche and the Boston Bruins. I feel like those are pretty self-explanatory, and then it jumps quite a bit. So we got Carolina, Florida, and the Rags all at plus 1,000. Dallas plus 1,300, Winnipeg plus 1,300, Vegas plus 1,300, Vancouver plus 1,400. Great odds. And lastly, I consider the Kings a cup contender. Obviously, they're on a bit of a skid, but they're at plus 1,800 right now. So,
yeah,
who wants to start it off?
The Kings winning the cup. I think the Rags odds are way too low right now or high right now, depending on how you look at it. I think they suck. They've been so streaky lately. And everyone's Shesterkin's nasty, but he's been giving up a ridiculous amount of goals lately. So I don't see the Rags going past the second round, if that. My pick for the East, I'm taking Florida.
I think that's probably my pick as well.
I really like Florida now that they have some more playoff experience, and it's like you wrote down, the same team but more experience. And then right now, Bobrovsky's playing absolutely out of his mind. Are they still on that road game heater? 7 or 8 games. They're right behind. They're right behind the Bruins in the East, top 5, maybe top 3 in the NHL right now for points. I'm not entirely sure, but I think the Panthers.
Yeah, Bubtitsky's been playing out of his tits, obviously. He's kind of been cooking for, I don't know, what is this, a 9-month heater now? Once he got into the fucking playoff spot in the first round, took it over. I think it's important too. Like Montour and Ekblad are only getting adjusted right now too. Like obviously they came back from major surgeries. Same thing with Matty Tkachuk. Like you break a fucking sternum, you're gonna have a rough start to the year. But luckily, Sam Reinhart is kind of in the Huberdeau spot right now.
Oh yeah,
I think
He's
Alexander Barkov might be like again. He was the most underrated player for years. But when you factor in like he boosted Jonathan Huberdeau to a 100-point season, and then Sam Reinhart is fucking out of his mind right now. And I don't think that you would see that without Barkov. And Sam Reinhart's peaking at the right time. He's going to get an absolute bag.
oh yeah.
He's a free agent next year, right?
Oh yeah, he's going to be going for all
He's
the
getting
money.
he's getting 10 plus easy after this year.
Yeah. And then also like the signing of Evan Rodriguez over from Colorado, like they sent out Anthony Duclair. They signed Evan Rodriguez in for like $3 million, which is what he was making. And he's coming in playing with Matthew Tkachuk. And I mean, he's career highs. He's going to score a shit ton of points. And then Matthew Tkachuk is obviously back to form from playoffs. So he's back to being the guy that, was arguably the best player in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be a very strong team in the playoffs and a very hard out.
Yeah, I just think they filled in all the holes like that they lost in the offseason. Like Gudis leaving, they got another tough bastard.
Nikola.
Yeah, dude, that guy fucking hammers people.
And
then,
Lumberg, he fucks people too.
Yeah.
And even like getting OEL on a cheap deal, bringing him in, like you get all that experience from him being a captain and then being in Vancouver for all those years. And then now he's playing like a third D role and he's fucking cooking.
Yeah, they're like sneaky now.
Bobrovsky too, man. I feel like he deserves some credit because he kind of is. The last couple of years, last year he got some praise on that run, but I feel like he's kind of just sneaky been a really solid goalie for a long time. So they're definitely a team to watch out for, I think. But I know this is biased, but I'm sticking with my Bruins, I think, to come out of the East this year. I mean, I'd like to see it make. I don't know how they're going to do it because they don't have a first this year or next year, I believe, because of the moves they made at the deadline last year.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. They're top of the East. Again, everyone thought that they were going to be, wild card, borderline playoff team, and they're second in the NHL, like a point or two behind Vancouver for first overall. So they're just solid. And my thought on them too is last year, obviously, kind of the people thought what brought them down was their goalies. I think that they should roll the 1-2 goalie in the playoffs. I don't know what you guys. I know a lot of people don't like that, but
no, I'm with it. Why wouldn't
I think that's what works with us. And so what if nobody else? The argument I hear is, oh, no one else does a 1A, 1B in the playoffs. I mean, it's like, so what,
I think that like the 1A and the 1B in the playoffs is kind of like these goalies don't know what games they're going to get or how many they're going to get. So it's kind of like you have to win when you're out there. It's kind of like a do or die situation every time the goalies are on the ice, and like they want to be that starter, but they also work as that like unit together. So I totally agree with you. I like that.
When you play the same team 7 times and after games, maybe 3 or 4, you can start figuring out a goalie. If you're constantly switching it up, I feel like that's gonna throw off a team trying to score goals. I don't know. I feel like they went to Swayman last year in Game 7. I mean, and everyone was calling for it. Like we were saying it after Game 5, after Linus turned that puck over.
Ugh.
I don't know, but Bruins, I'm sticking with them. I think that they're going to come out of the East this year. Logan, you have that stat. What, every President's Cup?
Yeah.
Is that actually a real stat?
That's a real stat. So the Red Wings, they set the record for the greatest team of all time. They lost in the first round. Next year, they came in, they won the Cup. Lightning obviously gets swept by the Columbus Blue Jackets. they lose. Next year, they won the cup. So, I mean, there's a pattern here. So hopefully the Bruins can come in and take it. I think the other thing is too is like there's a surprising amount of depth on this team. Like Matt Patras being able to just get scratched. Who on like most teams he'd be a really good third line center, but like Morgan Geeky's a great third line player. Freddie can play center. Like Jesper Boquist has come in. He's played a bunch of roles. Charlie Coyle, Pavel Zacha, like they play wing, they play center. If we can get somebody that'll come in and like, fill the net a little bit in the top 6 role, I feel like we'd be even better in a position to win the cup.
Yeah, I feel like they match up very good against the team that they match up least best against, I would say, is the Panthers. But other than that, I mean, I don't really see many teams beating the Bruins in a 7-game series.
I think there's always the factor of like the no one believes in us team that everybody kind of like overlooks. Because if anything, like this locker room last year was super tight. They obviously brought in guys that like fit the Bruins mold in the offseason. And I don't think that they've lost like any of that chemistry. And then back to what you said about Swayman and Ullmark, like those two like actively love each other. Like they're not doing it, like they don't encourage each other just because they're teammates. Like those two like love each other. And I saw an interview, like Swayman says going into each game, they prep the same way as if they're going to start. Because to them, it doesn't matter. Like they could go any night. And if you have 2 of the top 5 goalies in the league on one team, why not switch it up? You throw a team a different look every night. They don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like during the regular season they favor one over the other. They pretty much go opposite every single night. So I don't see why you would switch that up for playoffs. And last year it didn't work. So we'll see what they do this year. But I have a feeling that they might actually do that. So Bruins, my pick for the East. Mike, like you said, Rangers suck. Leafs suck. There's not many other teams in the East, I feel like, that are, real, true contenders for the Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think especially with the Rags, too, it's like their best goalie is not even their starter. Like Jonathan Quick's been winning them games.
Quick's been playing way better than Durkin has.
They might win a series
like,
or two,
38?
the Rangers, but there's no way that they win the friggin' Stanley
I think
Cup
the
this
entirety
year.
of the Metro is just frauds.
Yeah.
Nobody scares me in that division.
That is the worst division.
The Eastern Conference Finals is going to be whoever gets out of the Atlantic in that second round.
Yeah.
Which
that's
they need to
fucking
fix.
dogfight.
It's so annoying. I can't believe
we need to go back to 1 to 8.
The Bruins,
so bad.
if the Bruins and Panthers both win the first round, they play each other in the second. If they're the 1 and 2 seed, they play each other in the second round.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
It's like the only reason why the Canes have made it to the Eastern Conference Finals so many times.
Yeah.
It's like the Metro's a joke.
I can't believe that they ever switched the 1 through every other. Well, the NBA is the only other team with so many teams, but they do a 1 through 8. Like makes way more sense. That you are at such a disadvantage as the 1 seed when you have to play
and like
the second best team in the second round.
Their justification too is to like inspire divisional rivalries. Like I already hate the Habs. I hate I hate the Leafs. I hate all the teams that we play regularly. So I don't need the playoff matchup.
Not the Bruins, literally. Like it doesn't fucking a divisional rival. That's the dumbest shit ever. Just because you like play them more than anybody else. Fuck off.
So then you get fun shit like Bruins Caps in 2012. Like what a random matchup. And that's playoff series was sick. So it doesn't make any sense to me.
They're the best.
Yeah. All right. So West.
What was your pick?
Oh no, it was the Panthers. I think that they're the best team.
Okay.
I don't think that it's close.
Panthers too.
And especially at like plus 1,000 right now, like those are great odds.
Yeah, those are good odds. I will have it be known that I took preseason. I took the only team from the East I took to win the Cup was Carolina. So I wouldn't mind seeing them go on a run, but with their goalies and they don't have it. I don't think.
I hate that team.
Scoring. I think they don't. Yeah, me too.
Their fans are the worst too. Like you guys couldn't sell out a building in 2016. Now all of a sudden you make 1 playoffs and then you're the best team. You're the best fans in the league. It's bullshit.
They've been to 3 Eastern Conference Finals in the last couple of years, and they're 0-12. They've gotten swept.
Yeah, they haven't won a game.
It's insane.
Rod
All
the
right.
Bot is washed.
Are we moving to the West?
Yeah, let's go to the West.
All right. So my heart is telling me Dallas plus 1,300, but I think currently they're having a goaltending problem. I think
You
they're
think so?
Yeah, I think they're in way too many like tight-ish games. Ottinger averages 3 goals against and has a flat 900 save percentage, which I don't think is very good compared to a lot of other teams. But they do have like a lot, like way too much firepower up front to really go against them. And the only thing I see against Dallas is lacking like experience. Maybe. What do you guys think about that?
No,
So
Dallas is. Go ahead, Logan.
I would say I think the D is the weakness. Like Ryan Suter is like on his last legs. Like he is so old at this point, so washed. Niels Lundqvist is a young player. He's only been in the league for like 2 years. Lindell and Hakanpää, I don't like. That's not the best second D pairing. Obviously, Miro's a fucking yeah. He's good, but like I don't know. I think Lindell's a bit of a bitch. Like I've seen him in the playoffs before. He just plays a little bit softer than he usually does.
Yeah.
Miro's kind of the horse, and then I think the key for Dallas is those two guys in the AHL, Logan Stankoven and Maverick Bork. Sick hockey name. They're 1 and 2 in the AHL in points, and they're like well over a point per game, like 40 points in 32
they're both
games.
on the Stars.
They're both on the Stars, and they're just sitting there in the AHL. They haven't brought them up once. So you got to kind of factor that in. Like if they do get like injuries to the front, or even like the lineup's not looking great, you plug one of those guys into a third line role, you get your first NHL game in the playoffs. Like the success rate of goals in first NHL playoff games is through the roof.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the X factor.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tuck.
I got the Stars, man. At the beginning of the season, I took Carolina and Dallas. Those were I made 2 picks one from each conference, and I got Dallas at pretty good odds back in the summertime. So, but I don't know, man. They're kind of just flat. What are they? They're 1 point out of the first in the Central, right? The Central's really close, but I think they're 1 or 2 points out of the top spot, or they might be in the top spot. I don't know. It's close, but they kind of just fly under the radar. They're a smaller market team. They got Matt Duchene down there. He's been a nice addition for them. I think he's been having a pretty good season quietly, kind of out of the spotlight.
Yeah.
They got Sagan's been playing pretty good this year. Ben's been playing pretty good this year, and then obviously they have their big dogs with Henson Robertson. I mean, their top 6 is really good. Logan, like you said, their defense kind of has some question marks. I don't know what their cap situation's like, but I know they have a really deep prospect pool, so I'm sure that they could make a move for a D-man if they want to do that. But the West is going to be tough. There's a lot of good teams in it. I can see a lot of different teams coming out of the West.
Yeah.
Couple that I would rule out is the Oilers and the Jets. I know everyone's been going crazy over the Oilers because of this playoff run, but I don't know, man. I feel like they just they're like the Rangers. They're just not a Stanley Cup winning team, if that makes sense.
16-game heater too. It feels like blowing your load a little too early.
Yeah, definitely. And they went on a 10-game run before that one. So I don't know. I mean, obviously with McDavid and Draisaitl, a lot's possible, but I just don't see the Oilers coming out of the West, and I think Dallas might just cruise through. They've been close the last couple of years, so I think this year could be the year that they finally put it together. If a team like the Avalanche Oilers gets bounced early and the path's right, we'll see. But Dallas is going to be my pick for the West.
I'm curious, how much of because I don't know how much of like Dallas's current like core was on the team that made a run like in
2019.
The bubble year.
2020. Was it?
Bubble year. Yeah, they lost. They played the Lightning in the finals that year.
Yeah.
So they had like Hintz, Robertson, Tyler Sagan, Jamie Benn, Joe Pavelski, Radek Fox, Miro, Issa Lindell.
They had a decent amount of the team, but their studs were pretty young on that team. I'm pretty sure that was like their first or second year. I completely forgot about Pavelski too. He every year quietly just is like a point per game player, which is crazy because he's almost 40. But
yeah, him and Jamie Benn on the third line, like that's a playoff line right there.
Didn't Jamie have like 90 points last year?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna look that up. Maybe I dreamt it, but
I know he won the scoring title once with like 83 points, which is super pathetic. Back when the NHL was mid.
Yeah, I remember that year too. What do you got for the West, Logan?
So Winnipeg, I don't trust at all. I think, like, as you said, like you brought that up, I think they're just kind of overachieving right now. Especially with like Kyle Connor being out and Scheifele being out as well. The defense is just okay. Like Josh Morrissey just got injured, so that's going to be a huge loss. I don't see how that goes well, especially with how close the West is. And then, like, obviously Hellebuck is an elite goaltender. So they have that going for them, but I don't know. I just don't trust the defense. I think Vegas is tired from all the playoff hockey.
They're really injured, right? I mean, obviously, we'll have surgery. Like that's a kick in the dick, but I'm not too sure about the rest of their lineup.
And it's just
so
really hard to repeat.
I really want to pick Vancouver. I just don't trust them. Like, they had that one
forever.
Yeah, that's when like they made the bubble playoffs. They make it to the second round, and they haven't done shit since. Like, and they haven't had any adversity all year. Like they've just been fucking teams nonstop. Like Vegas hasn't really contended with them. And like if you look at they have 71 points. Vegas is the next team with 64, and then it's the Oilers with 59. Like they just haven't faced enough good teams. And I don't think, obviously the Bruins last year are case in point. Like if you have no adversity in the regular season, it's not going to go well for you.
I feel there isn't many teams that go from not making the playoffs to automatically going on a Stanley Cup run. Like
there's always growing pains.
There's that Kevin Bieksa soundbite where there's no rush for them to win the cup this year, and I feel like obviously they're going to try to win the cup, but I don't see it.
It kind of is though. Like all the rumors around like Pettersson, like maybe not re-signing there, like
that would be. I still don't believe those, but that would be insane.
Yeah, they do have to like do something like significant in the playoffs to like I don't know. I think around.
If he's UFA next offseason and the Bruins have all this money, oh my god, imagine that.
That would be awesome.
So he's RFA, but I mean,
he's RFA. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't mean shit though, because you look at the Kachuk trade, like fucking ship off
like a sign and trade.
Yeah, which is a thing now in the NHL, so you can definitely do that. My pick with the best odds, LA Kings. I like them all year. I like them all year. Pierre-Luc Dubois is the biggest loser in the NHL.
He is.
But I think the more that they drag him through the mud, he's got to wake up eventually. Like Todd McClellan's rubbed his nuts all over his face. Drew Doughty did it last week and just shit all over him. If there's anything that like you need the shame. That guy needs shame. He clearly doesn't give a fuck, and especially playing in a third line role. Like if you're an elite player and you're playing third line, you should be dominating every time you're out there. If you're a 7 mil plus player and you're not like scoring at a crazy rate playing the third line, you're a fucking loser.
Yeah.
They got like obviously like playoffs hockey is like very defensive. You got Anze Kopitar, arguably probably the best defensive center in the league, especially with Bergeron out now.
Yeah.
You got Philip Deneau, who's arguably the best defensive center in the league. Pierre-Luc Dubois, who's supposed to be really good defensively if he gives a fuck. So you got that 1, 2, 3. And then you go to the lineup, like you got fucking Adrian Kempe. You got Kevin Fiala.
They need
Trevor Moore's been scoring a bunch of goals. They do need a goalie.
They need a goalie. They have David Riddick, Cal Peterson, and Cam Talbot, right? Those are the 3 goalies they've been rotating
Cal
through.
Peterson, they traded to Philly.
Oh, did they? I thought they had.
They got Phoenix Copley.
Phoenix Copley, that's who it was. Yeah.
He's out for the season.
But I don't know. They're a good team, and like you said, you need a little adversity. You need to go through a little adversity to once you are in the playoffs. Or the Bruins didn't have any adversity in the regular season last year, and that's why they got first rounded. So I don't know. They're still half the season. I could see it if they can bring in a goalie.
You look at the history with them too.
Yeah. They were the first cup that they went on. They were barely going into the playoffs, and
they were the 8th seed.
They lost 2 games that whole playoff run, I think.
Yeah, they beat they come in as the 8th seed. They beat the shit out of the Canucks, move on, beat the just crazy run, and then even 2014 they were down 3-0 to the Sharks, reverse swept them.
Yeah,
it's kind of in their DNA at this point.
So, but they got to be thinking that. They got to be looking at goalies to grab at the deadline, I would imagine, unless they you care about going on a run this year. But there's no way that you're going to win a cup with Riddick or Cam Talbot, I think.
They're fighting wild card right now.
they're on a skid.
Yeah, they lost what, like 12 of their last 15 or something stupid.
The Blues have 54. The Predators have 54. Kings have 54, Kraken have 52. Like it's really tight in the West for those wild card spots.
They have assets to move too. Like they were so bad for so long. They have a bunch of guys that are talented that haven't been giving a role.
I was looking up the best prospect pools in the NHL, and the Kings were in the top 5, and the Stars were in the top 5, and you had referenced both of them being strong prospect wise, so that makes sense now.
I mean, you ship it out. Like you can get I'm sure that if Fleury wanted to move, they'd let him move. You could have Fleury in LA. That's an upgrade. I mean, Elvis. I don't like Elvis. I think he's a bum. But I mean, change of scenery. You bring him in. I mean, look at Korpisalo. He goes over to LA. He was a stud at the beginning of the year. For the playoff run.
If I'm the Kings, I'm looking to get. I think Elvis would be perfect there. I don't know. I feel like he has the potential to be a good goalie. His team sucked for the last. Whatever it is, 5 years.
Yeah, I would say it's not. Yeah, it's not really his fault. So
I think that he would be really good on the Kings, but we'll see if they make a move. I feel like they kind of have to.
I do want to say we're definitely overlooking the Avs, and they could easily shove this up our ass.
Oh yeah, them too. But I honestly completely forgot about the Avs, but we'll see. The Avs,
all right, so
the Avs are the Avs.
Yeah, there. So we're gonna wrap up this thing. I'm gonna probably put the interview here. So we got Logan Frank going semi-viral right now for his song Connor Bedard. If you haven't listened to it, I'll put it in the link in the description. It is a banger. We won't lie. It's a banger.
It's a banger. I don't care.
Great banger. I listen to it at least 2 times, 3 times a day.
I wake up stuck in my head.
Yeah, it is a catchy song. So we got that interview coming. He's a very interesting guy. We went 25, 30 minutes with him. And we kind of jumped right into the interview. We just started talking right away. So there's a 30-second cutoff, but it'll be fine. You'll figure it out. So we'll drop that in right now.
I feel like Connor Bedard with that tall drag release. I got that tall drag release. I feel like Connor Bedard on your bitch. I had to skate. Yo, hit me up, but I'm doing no second dates. Sniping on them bar down like every song I make. First round draft, we ain't talking no debate. I feel like Connor Bedard on your bitch. I had to skate. Yo, hit me up, but I'm doing no second
shot. Like, I feel like, like, I don't know. There's a lot of like rap videos out there and a lot of kind of like that kind of style stuff. So I feel like I'm trying to do something fresh with it. You know what I mean, with the whole hockey side of things. So
Yeah.
that's kind of like my whole like, I'm trying to bring a lot more eyes to hockey and everything. And obviously with Connor doing that, you know what I mean. So it's such a good game and it's such a good sport, and it's just like it's slept on. I feel like, and this song could really, bring a lot of new eyes to the game. So I'm excited for that.
That's dope.
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like you hear like. Sorry, Logan.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just feel like you hear like within music like a lot of NBA, NFL, like balling like I'm in the NBA type stuff, but like you never really hear anything about like hockey, and like that was really cool how you just like incorporated it into like pretty much throughout the whole entire song.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I what's it called? I've been watching Bedard play, and he's crazy. So I was like, man, I got to add on to this kid's legacy. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
So I kind of went out there with that one. But yeah, I appreciate you guys so much for having me today. I'm really excited for this, and it's just more than grateful to be here right now. So
sweet.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. So first, like, we kind of want to ask, like, have you played hockey? You a hockey fan?
Oh yeah, since I was a kid. Yeah, since I was 4. So I've been on skates, and I what's it called? I don't know if you guys have seen the video, but I rented out the ice. And it was like we had an hour to film on there. So we were like don't fuck up too many times. You know what I mean? Like, try to make a couple nice shots just in the amount of time we got. And I was like, all right, like fuck you guys for telling me that. Not the pressure's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ended up turning out really good. And yeah, I've been playing the game since I was a kid, so I know everything about it, and I love it so much. And I ended up, I don't know if you guys paid attention to it really close in the video, but there's I had gotten the same stick, Connor, the one he uses, the new Sherwood.
Yeah.
And I got my name put on it. So we have this one scene where it zooms into the stick and says Logan Frank on the stick. You can see it at the very beginning. And I thought that was pretty cool the way like I incorporated that. And yeah, I love everything about it. I love everything. I like spending too much money on it too. You know what I mean? So all the new gear and shit,
Yeah, having the full Hawks uniform was that was a good touch, because as soon as I saw that, I was like, I have to watch this video.
Right? But did you see I had the name on the back instead of Bedard? I had Frank.
Yeah. Everything, right? I was like, this is perfect. This is exactly what you need to do.
Right? Dude, I appreciate you guys so much, man. Seriously.
Yeah, I actually wrote that down about like the music video, and I was just like, damn, he's going like bar down between the legs. Like that was a pretty sick clip, like that one shot.
I appreciate you guys. I was hoping you guys would see that.
Yeah.
Let's go. Dude, I heard the bar sound when I did that, and I was like, oh, thank God. Like, let's
go.
The
best sound in the world.
Yeah, dude. And I had to, bro. Connor did it, so I had to do it. So
yeah.
But he did it in a game against professionals, so I guess he's he's a little bit better than me now. But what's it called? Yeah, obviously the kid's a freak, and I tried to do the Michigan like he did. If you guys seen it in the bloopers, and then I hit Braden's knob of his stick, which had me pretty sick about that. I was pretty sick about that one. Because I wanted to obviously hit it, and I was hella close, which kind of sucked. Because if he would have had his stick over a little bit, just a little bit, man, it would have been a clip for the vid. But hey, we put it in the bloopers. Everything happens for a reason, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. But I'm really glad you guys noticed that shot, because I was really excited about that shot.
So I wanted to ask, did you see, do you know about the Twitter account Heat Daddy?
Yes, dude. People have been saying that I got shouted out on there, but I haven't heard it until then. And then
so this guy has a lot of people. Like, he's got like a big outreach. That tweet really? that he had got like 300,000 views on it.
Wait, what had 300,000 views on it?
He tweeted a video of like your song, and it has 300,000 views on it.
it was like a clip of like your TikTok, and he's like, I don't care, like this song is so sick or something, and like the tweet has like 300,000 like views, and like he has over 275,000 followers, some crazy like
What?
that. Like, yeah, that's how we found it, bro.
I just on Twitter. Dude.
Yeah, you got to get on there because that guy's like big time.
Yeah, or an X now. It's called X now.
Yeah.
But I need to start, bro. That's crazy. Because
that's where I saw it.
I had gotten a couple of Heat Daddy like on the video. I think I had a couple people in the comments saying Heat Daddy shout out or whatever, and I was like, who is that? You know what I mean? I was like wondering who that was, because I didn't, you know, I'm not on Twitter too much, but yeah, they said Heat Daddy shout out, and I was interested, and I was like, wow. I was like, whoever that is, tell them I said thank you very much. You know what I mean? And they're awesome. So, but yeah, that's really cool. I'm gonna have to get to Twitter and check that out.
Definitely.
That's that makes me actually want to talk about something. Instagram Reels had like dragged me out of the dark because I've been in such a view slump for so long. Like it's just been such a slow, like just agonizing like grind, and the Instagram Reels kind of like I posted one Instagram reel. It was me just sticking in the basement promoting the song, singing. I was like fully suited, and then it ended up hitting like it was like 50,000 views, and then went up to 100,000 views, and then went up to 150,000 views. I was like, what is happening? I was like, this is a reel that I did on my Instagram. I was like, what the? And I mean, yeah, a lot of people, you know, hating on me, but that's just part of the journey. You know what I mean? But then it, you know, that kind of, I was like, all right, dude, like, come on, Logan, don't like, come on, put your foot to the gas. You know what I mean? So right now, that's pretty much where I'm at. Is just man, pedal to the metal, dude. I can't let off the promotion of the song. I can't, you know, every hour, boom, 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 Canada, you know.
Yeah.
Keep throwing it in people's faces until hopefully the man himself sees it and he's bumping it before the Hawks game. So that's
that would be so
the goal
sick.
there. Yeah, right, dude. That's the goal there. So dude, yeah, the Heat Daddy to you guys, to everyone, bro. Like, you guys are all fucking, dude. I love you guys, man. Because like seriously, like I've been working so hard at this, and it feels so nice to finally get some, you know, like, hey, this is sick, and it's like, oh, thanks, man. You know?
Yeah, bro. Of course.
So like, I feel like it's kind of hard, like, because hockey's one of those sports where everybody's such a hardo in it, and like if they see anybody trying to do something new, they obviously, like, I'm sure you've gotten as much hate as you've gotten like people telling you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I can only imagine what that's like. Yeah,
probably more.
I just feel like the people that are hating on it like haven't really like dissected the lyrics or really thought about the production. Like that, the first like 8 bars in like the first verse, it's just like, it's just straight bars. I'm just like, I wrote it down as I've been writing since nobody knew my name, shooting like I'm Stutzel, let them 808s bang. I was
Dude,
like, that's a fucking bar, dude.
I've been ready since nobody knew my name. Shooting like it's Stutzel, let them 808s bang. Hey,
yeah, that was
and the
so
next
hard.
Part I said, Coach, who's the one that taught me how to maintain? That's my old hockey coach, and he's taught me so much about life. So gotta throw him in there.
And then you pass the blunt to Patrick Kane.
Yeah, I said, this is a bar that I feel like so many people like kind of like it slipped their heads. I said, my point's so high, I passed the blunt to Patrick Kane.
I love that.
My points are so high, I passed the blunt to Patrick Kane.
It's a bar, dude. Yeah, that one's
and then
sick.
I had another bar. I was like, feel like I'm number 98 plus 2 and match the bills in my bank. You know, because them hundreds, he's number 98 plus 2. That would be hundreds. You know, like
that's fire. Yeah, that hook was sick.
That was
and then
a clever one too.
Yeah, the hook was sick, and then leading right into the chorus. Like the chorus is fire too.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I'm really glad you guys like the production, because a lot of people were dogging me on for that, and I was like, man, I hope it wasn't too bad. It's just hard. My mic. My mic is not. It's not most expensive, but it does the trick. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing it in the car. Like, I know with a lot of musicians, like you come out with a song, like first thing you got to do, you got to car test the song.
Gotta car test it.
Yeah, facts. And I car tested it, and I was like, it bumps on my phone, it bumps in the car. Like
It does.
I thought the production was great.
So much.
How
Dude,
involved were you with the like vocal engineering and like the beat production of the song?
It's a really good question, actually. So basically, I just kind of sit there on my computer and whatnot, and I look for beats online, like a lot of kids do, you know what I mean? And I strolled across this beat. It was produced by Tygan, is his name, and he's a pretty big producer. So I was like really expecting the beat to cost a lot more money than it did, and $30, I got right to the beat. I got the untagged version, and I knew after I had finished with the chorus, and this is before I even had the verses done. I was like, man, I need to buy this beat. Like, this is like dude, like I've been playing the game, you know, I know how to skate, I know how to play the game. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm looking at my hockey stick, I'm like, dude, like make a hockey song. Like, think, Frank, you know, think, dude. So I was like, all right. And then I was like, I finished the first verse, and I was like, all right, yeah, I need to buy this beat. And then pretty much, yeah, I just hit him up, and I ended up getting the beat tag and everything, and I ended up putting it in there. And he's such a good producer. Shout out to Tygan. He's awesome. All his beats are awesome. So, and you know, anyone else listening to this, you know, want to make some good music, check out his beats. They're awesome. But that's pretty much what happened, man. Just found the beat, rapped over it, and then I mixed it, because I mixed in BandLab, which is very slept on. It's a very slept on program or DAW. But yeah, I mixed it up in BandLab, and I just kind of sat there, and I would mix it up, and then I would take breaks, and then I actually did the second verse. Like, I didn't have the second verse done. I've had the song for a long time, like summer, like since summer, and I didn't do the second verse until December, and I remember doing the second verse, and it was after my grandpa had called me. This is actually a funny story. He called me up on my phone. Well, I called him because I had nowhere to stay. So I was like, hey, Grandpa, like, you think I might be able to stay with you this winter? Like, you know? And he's like, I'm not going to lie, kid. I think you need to, I personally don't see you singing the songs on Hollywood or ever becoming something in this, man. And he goes, I think you need to call it quits, brother. I'm not gonna lie, man. I think you need to call it quits. And he goes, until you do, I'm not gonna be able to associate with you, man. I'm not gonna lie. He goes, you're growing up. It's time for you to get realistic. And I that sparked something in me. You know what I mean? So then I went into that second verse, and I was like, it's funny how the ones you love the most tell you to get it up. They told me to get a real job, so I'm shooting pucks. You know what I mean? So that verse kind of played off because of that. And then I wrote that verse that very night of the day after I got that phone call. I ended up writing that verse because, I don't know, man, when someone you love like that tells you that, you know, like, you just kind of have two options. You either throw that towel in, or you could fucking get pissed off and use that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And that's how you should do it. You should, like, you know, keep going. Like, it's your dream to be a musician. So, like.
Exactly. So, and I figured, you know, like, right now in my life, like, I'm not even, like, this is, like, I like sometimes, like, I don't know, this is all my mind thinks about, like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't fucking girls. I ain't worried about no bitch right now, dude. I ain't fucking even, you know, excuse my French. I ain't focused on none of that shit right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. This is the only thing my brain thinks about, and it's all I want. So, you know, my goal is to make that happen. So I got one mission. You know what I mean? Hopefully, I can do one thing right. You know what I mean? So, and as far as people sleeping on me, hey, you know, when you go to bed, what happens? Eventually, your ass is waking up. Don't matter if it's 1 p.m. and, you know, 3 p.m., dude. Don't matter if it's 6 at night. Eventually, your ass, you can't sleep forever. You know what I mean? So that's the way I look at it, and I'm coming for them, and they ain't ready for me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, eventually, you know, I'm gonna be on that ice, warming up with the Hawks, performing my fucking song before the game, and I'm gonna have my jerseys on the shelves being sold. So
let's go.
That's my vision. And that's what I want to happen. So
that's fire. I love that.
I figured, what is there to do? You know what I mean? Than to do that. So I figured, fuck it. So then now we're here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So who are your like biggest inspirations when it comes to music? Like who like your favorite artist growing up? Like who inspired you to become an artist?
So my biggest inspiration ever is Juice WRLD. Was my biggest inspiration of all time. He's like the reason I started rapping and shit. And I was super sad and shit in high school. So I ended up getting horrible grades, so I couldn't play hockey anymore. And that was at Midview. I was just sitting on the bench, you know what I mean? I wasn't doing anything. I was just watching the games. Sucked. So I ended up transferring schools to Vermilion, Ohio is where I lived. By the way, I ended up staying with my other grandparents out here in Florida, so I'm on vacation for 2 months.
Nice.
I mean, it's nice down here, but I miss my friends and shit, whatever. But anyway, back to what I was saying was I went to Vermilion from the remainder of my high school, and I finished off there with I forget what my GPA was, but basically, I was just super sad and super lonely, and then I kind of found a way to cope, through Juice's music and a lot of Lil Peep as well. A lot of
I can feel the Peep in the song.
Yeah. So those guys, obviously are heroes of mine, and anybody that honestly like watching Bedard, bro, look at him, look how many people talk shit about him, you know what I mean? Look at he just shot them up with the goals, you know what I mean? So that kind of, I drew a lot of inspiration from that too, even though I'm not a hockey player. I'm not trying to go pro or anything. It's still I feel but Juice WRLD is my biggest inspiration. That's when I started rapping. That's when I started playing piano, learning his songs, and then after the piano, Mom got me a guitar, and then after I had the guitar in my hands, I just couldn't put it down, and then I just couldn't put the guitar down, and then I just kept singing away, and then my story's kind of nuts so far. I went to California. I drove to California in hopes to do a song with this one artist who never ended up texting me back when I got there. So I drove all the way to California. Yeah, I lived in California, dude, and I was homeless as fuck in California. Slept sleeping in my car. And this guy named Slush Puppy told me he was going to make a song with me and shit. FaceTime me and everything for months, bro. And then I got there and just would not call me back. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then so I ended up making really good friends down there, 2 really good friends, Jay and Tristan, 2 of my really good friends. And then I ended up getting into some stupid shit down there. And I lived in a homeless shelter down there. And it was pretty lit. I loved it. I had a great time. I'm not gonna front. You know what I mean? I had food every day. It wasn't good, but it was lit. I had good people around me. Some good people around me. Obviously others were some bad influences, and I ended up getting into some stupid shit. And thank God I'm not on that shit anymore. You know what I mean? And I lost my buddy. He at 19. He's one of my best friends. The first people I met there, and spend every day with him. That's my brother. So, he passed away at 19 to same stupid shit, you know what I mean? And foolish shit, being young and dumb and taking stuff you shouldn't, you know what I mean? So, and it's just sad, man, So he told me, he goes, love me, he goes, Logan, you're a rock star. And I was like, one of the last conversations I had with him, bro. So, I'm like, dude, fuck. I am a rock star, you know what I mean? And I need to knuckle up here and start posting every fucking time I get a chance. So that's where I'm at, dude. And now I'm here. It's been a year since that happened. So, just ready to make some songs and play some hockey.
Sorry to hear you went through all that. That sounds like a crazy ride, but it's really good to see that you're, pushing through all that and using all of that, shit from the past to really push forward and get this shit off the ground.
Yeah. Mental health is huge, man. do, and going and taking care of yourself, getting a good workout, and it's crazy what it does for your mind, and you don't realize it until you start doing it. And I took life for granted so much because now I'm looking at myself. I'm like, bro, like life's precious. You know what I mean? You don't even know. Yeah. It really is. So it's kind of just, yeah. If you're gonna do anything, just smoke some weed, man. Fuck.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So, but yeah, man. It's just this is my vision, dude, and this is just this is what's gonna happen, man. I'm one of those people that's like, I'm gonna become this and this and this, and I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and then someone will tell me, you're full of yourself, yada yada. You're so cocky, whatever. There's a big difference between being cocky and telling yourself what's gonna happen and manifesting your shit. You know what I mean? There's a difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, if you don't believe in yourself, who is?
Yeah. Exactly. Hey, you're crazy until you make it, until you're famous and successful, and then you're a genius. So
yeah,
that's what it is. You know what I mean? You're nuts until everyone thinks you're nuts, and then you're famous and successful, and then you're all, I mean, so
Right. Exactly.
Stupid.
Yeah.
It really is stupid if you really think about it.
Yeah. Before we got on that, you talked about playing the guitar, and I was like scrolling through your Instagram, and you got some nice guitar skills. So I was just wondering, like, how long have you been like writing music and playing guitar? Like, how old are you?
I'm 22. I just turned 22. What is it? 25th, 26th right now? No, it's 27th.
Yeah, 27th today. Oh, nice.
7 days ago.
Happy late birthday.
Yeah, happy belated.
Thanks, guys. So yeah, literally 7 days ago. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm 22 now, so I was definitely bumping some T Swift that morning. I was definitely listening to some T Swift, dancing around in my room and shit.
Bangers.
So, yeah, dude, I fucking love. I love that song, 22. But yeah, man. I've been playing for like 5 years now, which is crazy. It doesn't even seem that long. And I remember getting my other guitar, my first guitar, and I had put stickers all over it. So it looks pretty sick. But this one I just kind of have regular. But this one's way too. I ended up spending way too much money on this. My grandparents were really mad. They were really mad when I bought that. But
sick though.
It is nice. It's pretty. She's a beauty. She's beat the shit because I took this one to California with me. I took all my guitars to California with me, but this one, yeah, it got stolen and sold for some bad stuff. And somebody stole my guitar in the homeless shelter, and then I found it. I seen this guy pull up. I'm eating my free meal, right? And I look up, and I'm like, hold on a second, motherfucker. You got my guitar in your hands on your strap. Get that fucking shit off there. So I was friends with the security guard. He was huge. He pulls up with me. I'm like, hey, like, trying to help me. If you're over here trying to get my guitar back right now, you know what I'm saying? I think I found the culprit. And he comes up and says, hey, no, I don't think that's yours. And then that motherfucker gave that shit up fast as fuck. And I was like, my boy, like, you know what I mean? And I got my shit back for free. And he polished it and put strings on it at the time. So I got it back in even better condition.
Nice.
So yeah.
That's it.
And that was 2 days before I drove back too. And the drive there was stunning. If you've never driven to California, it hurts your back, but oh my God, it's beautiful. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like the desert, the Colorado, it's just wow. It's just wow. Like, it just makes me sad thinking about it sometimes because I miss it. I do miss it. I miss it. It's beautiful. LA. You're either rich or poor down there.
Yeah, my sister lives out in LA. But
what'd you say?
My sister lives out in LA, but we're calling in from we're in New Hampshire right now.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. But yeah, I love it out there. Out west is sick.
It's sick. It really is, man. Like I said, I was in a shelter and I was having the best time of my life, or some of the best times of my life until I ended up getting into some stupid shit, you know what I mean? So, but that's my fault, you know what I mean? But it was, it's beautiful down there. It's sick.
But my one last question from me, like, who was your did you have like a favorite hockey team growing up? Anything specific, or were you just kind of like?
That was a big
Who
Ovi
was
guy.
it?
I had Ovechkin all over. I had a big fat head of Ovechkin actually in my room. And his I used to I used to fuck with I used to like his dark shield. I used to like that as a kid. I was like, damn, that's sick. Now it's not as popular, but on Ovechkin, it's iconic. So I feel like I don't think he uses it anymore. He needs to bring it back. I don't know if they let that. I don't know if they let that anymore in the NHL with the
I think they banned it. I think Martin Brodeur said that he couldn't see his eyes, so he couldn't save the puck, which is like the biggest loser thing ever.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is some bullshit. But dude, back then, bro, dude, that was like the CCMU skates. I remember they came up with these Ovechkin CCMU skates, and I wanted them so bad. They were so much money. My parents wouldn't buy them, and I didn't blame them. But oh my gosh, I remember when he came out with those skates, and I just like wow. I was like looking at them in the store. I was like a probably just looking at them. I was like, dude, I want these so bad. But what's it called? Yeah, definitely Ovechkin, man. He's a beast, and I used to like the Capitals. Like that's obviously always been my favorite team, but like I've been watching Bedard so much. I'm like, I want to have two favorite teams, all right? Fuck y'all.
Definitely allowed two favorites, definitely. Especially when you make a song about one player.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, and then one of the Bedard fan pages followed me on Instagram.
Oh, really? That's sick.
Yeah, and they posted like Connor walking out with the song in the background, and I was pretty stoked about that. Like kind of having people like starting to post my song on their stories and in the Bedard fan page follow me. They got like 81K, so I was like really excited about that. You know what I mean? I was like freaking out. I was like, wow, I was like, grandma. I was like, look, and then yeah. So the goal is to get Bedard.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, that's the goal. You know what I mean? So, all we can do is keep going. You know what I mean? Keep the pedal to the metal. You know what I'm saying? Foot in the gas, and yeah, I appreciate you guys so much for having me here today. And it really means a lot. More than
thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
you guys
thank
are
you for
awesome.
coming on.
Of course, you guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah, you are too, bro.
Yeah, that's all. That's all we got. So.
Hey, well, I appreciate you boys so much. Let me know when you guys like. Will you guys? So you guys are. So how does this work? Will you guys like post it somewhere like the internet?
So we have the feed on like Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Okay, that'll be sick.
On there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It'll be on YouTube. So I post videos of it, and then I do clips on like Instagram and TikTok. So we'll probably use this, split it up, and use it on there. So
okay, sick. And I'm gonna put you guys. Kind of give you guys a good word too. You guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah, seriously. Thanks, bro. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on.
Of course. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
And Logan Frank, Connor Bedard now on all platforms, including Apple Music, Amazon Alexa, Amazon Music, Spotify. It's even on Pandora. Who listens to that? No one. Maybe the Hockey Moms. Maybe the Hockey Moms. Pandora.
Right?
Who knows? All right, boys.
All right.
Let's go, bro.
Thank you.
Catch you.
Thank you.
See ya.
Last year, Jamie Benn had 78 points and he was plus 23. Just want to throw that in there.
What the fuck?
Yeah, pretty nasty.
He had 78 points last year?
Yes,
yeah,
dude.
Ben had a really good year last.
That's crazy.
Pavelski too, dude. Look at Pavelski's stats. I'm pretty sure he was over a point per game.
Well, he's playing with fucking Rupe and Robertson last year.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's the greatest tipper in the league. You just fucking set up and he'll throw it in the basket.
I know. Last year, Pavelski had 77 points and it was plus 42.
Wow.
That's absurd.
Damn. Who they lose to?
They lost to Vegas, I think, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, in 6, I think.
Yeah, they were down 3-0, and they made a fake comeback.
Yeah.
But
all right,
3 or 4 of those games went to overtime, I remember. So Go Stars.
It's like the
baby.
Lightning series. The Lightning should have.
Yeah.
The Lightning should have beat the Leafs last year.
Oh yeah. But
Who wants to go first in this draft? It's a snake draft.
how does Snake work? 1, 2, 3, 3, 2,
3, 2,
1.
1. Yeah.
Then 1, 2, 3. I don't care.
Tuck, you pick.
I'll be the first.
You're
overall
the
pick.
Yeah,
newest. First.
I'll be the first overall pick. I'll go with Connor. Took him first overall in fantasy. I'll take him first overall in the draft.
I took him first overall in fantasy.
Oh,
You
that's
just
right,
got
that's
traded
right.
him. You had second. You took Dry, and then I gifted
Yeah,
you
yeah.
the fucking deadliest combo of all time.
So yeah, I'll go with Connor.
Hard to argue with that.
Yep. Am I gonna go next, or are you?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Taking Nate Dogg for sure. I mean, that's a lock. Like first in points in the NHL. He's angry this year. He's on a mission. So
He's a dog. He's a dog for sure.
taking Nate.
All right, so I got the next two. I am going to take Matthews, best goal scorer in the league, in Toronto with Bieber present. I think he's going to be on a fucking tear. And my next pick, I'm going to take Cale Makar. The spinorama and the 3-on-3, he's just too shifty out there. So I got Matthews and Matthews and Makar.
Good picks. All right, second round, second pick. I'm gonna go with Quinn Hughes. He's top 10
Solid pick. He's
point
been buzzing.
right now as a defenseman. I think Vancouver has maybe 5 players in the top 10 points in the NHL. Anyways, so I think Quinn Hughes will be a good pick for number 2.
I
Tuck,
get
you got the next
two,
two?
right? Yeah. All right, we're going pasta. Obvious.
Fuck.
No need for explanation on that one. And then my guy Rasmus. I'll take Rasmus Dali and get a D-man in there. You know, Sabres been on a down year, but he's my guy. I've always loved him. You guys know that. So I'll take my guy Rasmus.
Good pick. Is it me next?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna take a goalie early, I think, and I'm just gonna go right ahead and take Swayman.
Fuck.
I
It's tragic.
don't go again, right? Or do I go?
No, I got the next two.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take. Obviously, I have Matthews and Makar. I'm gonna take Draisaitl. That's gonna be a very hard offense to beat, and then I'm gonna finish it off with Thatcher Demko in net. I think he's criminally underrated, and he's been good for years. So he's gonna be my pick.
Okay. Is it me?
Yes.
I keep forgetting how this shit goes, but I don't know how we let Kucherov slip,
Oh my god, I was just thinking that.
but I'm gonna take Kucherov.
So you have the two league leaders in points.
Yep, Kuch and Nate.
That's tragic.
Tuck.
Back on me for 2, right?
Now we got one pick, unless you want to do 5-on-5.
No. I'm just pulling up the list here. Let me look real quick. I'm gonna go with give me Kyle Connor.
Did you take a goalie yet?
No, I haven't taken a goal yet. But I'm loading up on offense.
Kyle Connor, I like that.
Wait, I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm confused too.
I think you have to take a goalie.
I think you have to take a goalie.
Oh, did you guys? I didn't know. You guys have the format?
Are we doing 3-on-3 or should we do 5-on-5?
No, okay. We're doing 3. Okay, I'm being stupid. Give me Connor Hellebuck for my goalie.
Okay, yeah.
Fuck.
What,
He's in the All-Star game, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give
he
me
is.
give me Helly.
How about the entirety of Vancouver being an all-star and Toronto?
Pretty much.
We got Marner, Matthews, Nylander, and Morgan Riley.
Oh, really? That's a lot.
They got
I don't know how
they have 4 guys. That's bullshit.
And I think Vancouver got more. Vancouver has Besser, Demko, Quinn Hughes, JT Miller, and Elias Pettersson.
Wow.
At least Vancouver earned it, I think. I feel like Toronto, just like home crowd, like
Yeah, it's.
I mean, Morgan Riley is not an all-star.
No.
There's
No.
no way.
grabbed
No.
McAvoy so easily, or like I don't know, what other defenseman could you have grabbed out of the Atlantic that were so much better than Morgan Riley? I don't
mean, Adam Fox.
Atlantic.
Oh, fuck.
McAvoy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess it's McAvoy. There's nobody better than McAvoy.
yeah.
He's definitely the most slept on defenseman in the league.
Oh, easily.
Like
Oh,
people
yeah.
don't talk about him enough.
No.
It's because he doesn't score points, which is stupid. Well, I mean, he still
He gets
gets
like
a lot
50
of
points a
but-
year.
No, I know, but just in terms of the friggin' people who jerk off the All Stars, you gotta be like Quinn Hughes getting stupid, whatever. Him and
Yeah,
Cal
you need
do,
100-point seasons.
Yeah, something dumb.
Eric
He'll win
Carlson,
a
best
Norris
forward
at some
defenseman.
point. He'll win a Norris at some point.
He'll win it this
Chucky. This
Hopefully.
year?
Quinn Hughes, yeah, he has 6.
No, I was talking about Chucky.
Okay.
I mean, he deserves it. He's basically like he's just as good as Adam Fox, I would say.
I think
He's
Fox
way
is
better.
better.
He's not physical at all. McAvoy friggin' rocks people.
Destroys people all the time. Anything else? I think that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, I think so. Thanks for having me on, fellas.
Of course.
Yeah,
Always.
I got no picks to give out right now because obviously it's the All-Star break. But next time
Yeah, we got like
we got to start I want to call it like the tuck counter or something. I want to keep track of every pick I give out on the pod and see how we do by the end of the year.
We'll wait till
yeah, we'll keep track of it.
over and then we'll jump into it afterwards once the games start getting rolling again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's episode 11 in the books. I hope you enjoyed the interview. I hope you liked the Stanley Cup picks and the All-Star draft. As always, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, subscribe to the YouTube, and we will see you guys next week.
All right.
I feel like Connor, the dart, bitch, I